I'm Madison Page Country. This is another great episode of ETX Rocks featuring Jeff Jacobs.
From the unknown to the stars, from the couch to the car, from the unheralded and the unheard, to the legends and beyond, it's where we all belong. Yes, this is where it all starts. From every genre, from every plane, this is where the music's played. So tune right in, won't you bring a friend? This is where it all begins. Welcome to the show, let the music flow of every style and creed. And you can bet your socks that ETX rocks, ETX rocks.
Hey guys, Boston Chris here with the next episode of the ETX ROCKS Show, number 263. And man, I'm extremely excited with our guest today, all the way from the San Antonio area of Texas. And the second time in a couple of weeks that I've actually met with this guy is Jeff Jacobs from the Jeff Jacobs Band, and one of my favorite artists from the state of Texas. And you know that just because of the videos that you put out, man. I love your video work.
Yeah, it's we have a guy named we call him Peaches. That's his nickname, so to say. But yeah, he does a really good job for us. The first video we released was kind of just kind of get us out there, but the second one was definitely a lot more complicated.
Man, it was so good, man. It was so good, and that's when I really took notice of you, and also because you're just blowing up social media. You're working hard all the time, and I really appreciate artists that really work their asses off and have that work ethic. We're stoked to have him here in the living room for the first time, and Jeff's actually going to play us a few songs today, so you guys should be stoked about that. But the first one is called Drink Another Heartache, and this is a great tune, y'all. Wait till you hear this, but tell us a little bit about the backstory for this song.
When I wrote this song, it was, and I guess I've been through a couple of relationships where it didn't go too well. I've been divorced twice, and hopefully a third time's charmed for me. But as far as this song's it deals with that, being the guy, either sitting on the stool or go getting the woman, and you're just kind of hanging on, and you let it get the best of you, and sometimes you're gonna lose out if you don't figure that out. If you don't,
there's a lot of male pride in this song.
Yeah, it is, and it's just one of those songs where it's like it had to come out eventually, and definitely this song's got all those emotions in there and everything that I've ever thought about when getting ready to lose somebody you care about. So
I agree, and I told him off camera, if Eddie Vedder decided tomorrow that he wanted to do country music, I think this is probably what might come out of that. Just something completely unique, and it's Jeff Jacobs. It's live here in the living room on the ETX ROCKS Show. Y'all check it out. It's Drink Another Heartache.
You say it's over, I figured it was so. Although I thought it might be harder to let go. Unconditional is the word that's at its end. And love is on the cup with the storm out in the wind, It's alright with me, It's alright with me, I'll drink another heartache, live another sad song, drown my thoughts in the liquor till the words pass out. It won't take too long, drink another heartache, live another sad song. I pray to the Lord, won't you help me carry on my knees, Woke up this morning to a the house is dark and cold. Keep on telling myself that I'm better off alone. Could I change it? Keeps running through my head. Is love still on the cup with the storm out in the wind? Yeah, it's alright with me. Yeah. Keep telling myself that it's alright with me. Yeah, I'm drinking honey, living a sad song. Drown my thoughts into liquor till the words pass out. It won't take too long. Drinking another honey, living another sad song. As I pray to the Lord, won't you help me carry on? Then I'm out of here, and it's just not the same. Here's the times I did this before, how I could just let go. 'Cause my heart has a tag with your name on it, and you'll never know, yeah. You'll never know. It's alright with me. Keep telling myself it's alright with me. Yeah. I'll drink another honey, live another sad song. Drown my thoughts in the liquor till the words pass out. It won't take too long. Drink another honey, live another sad song. As I pray to the Lord, won't you help me carry on? On my knees, yeah. On my knees, yeah.
All right, so we are back, and it's, again, Jeff Jacobs, episode 263 of the ETX ROCKS Show. This has been a long time in the making, man. We've been talking forever about coming together to do this.
Been like messaging back and forth on Facebook and stuff. Yeah.
But we live here on an island here in East Texas, so it's really hard for some of these guys to make it out here, and we get that. And we definitely don't take it for granted. So thank you so much for coming and visiting with us.
And thank you for having me, definitely.
So we're going to talk a lot about work ethic and your uniqueness within your own sound and how you kind of cultivated that.
Yeah.
I definitely want to start with you as a younger artist because you've been doing this for almost 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
2000 is when you started this professionally, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Before that, I even did, other things around. I tinkered around with like rock and metal bands.
Yeah.
So
does not surprise me.
Yeah. So it was one of those things. It was just it's bound to come. It was just taking time to find the right pieces to the puzzle. And I think our lineup now it's stronger than ever. We have a strong lineup of talented musicians. It's like whenever I throw a song at them, they have things written for me and and ready to go, and it's amazing how well we work together.
Yeah, because it's a completely different deal between you as a solo artist and you as a band artist, because there can be a lot of swings within a certain song just from those two different capacities, basically.
Exactly.
So what is that like when you bring a song to your musicians in the band?
Well, it's just like I kind of just I just want to say we just kind of play it through, or I play it through. We rehearse it a couple times, and then out of nowhere, Jeff Cox, our guitarist, just comes up with this cool little lick, and it's like he's getting his stuff together. Bass player starts coming together. We could tell when the next song we want to move on by when I present it, and then when we play it. Because if it flows, then we kind of stick to that, what flows and what's feeling good. That's why I think there's so much versatility to our music, is that because we're all from different backgrounds.
And you're letting their influences shine through
exactly.
the music as well.
Yeah, so they have a lot of influence in this. And,
right.
And I think...
do you use them in the studio as well?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. We're all...
See, that doesn't surprise me from listening to your stuff, you know, the recorded stuff. Doesn't surprise me that you're using your actual band to do that.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't do that nowadays.
Yeah, and to me, I feel like there's a complication to that because you hear all the stuff that kind of sounds, and I hate to say the words cookie cutter, but you know, it all starts sounding alike after a while. And it's because they use the same musicians, but I feel like different musicians bring in a different vibe, you know?
Yeah, if you're a music fan and you're a really, you know, man, I wouldn't say like a professional listener, but I mean, if you're a music fan, you can tell someone's, you know, unique fingerprint on the music.
Yeah.
You know, like personally, I can tell when a certain guitarist is playing a certain lick.
Yeah, exactly.
So if that doesn't line up between the record and the live performance, and you know, your true fans, the ones that are following you around, are going to know that.
They're
going to pick that up. And I don't think there's anything worse that you can do than sound different than your record at a live show.
Yeah, because then they're like going, it's like, I'm not sure.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, over the years, you know, again, 2001, almost 20 years. So what's the evolution process been like from an identity perspective?
Well, I feel like from a writing aspect, it's kind of become more about, you know, writing about like general life and general ideas and things that happen, as opposed to when I was younger, it was mostly like rebel cause and I got something to fight for and this and that. But come to realize is there's always going to be situations in life that you're going to have to deal with, and I think when I write a song, I put that in mind. You know, it's like, because I want someone to connect with that. You know, I want somebody to sit there and say, hey, I've been there. I've done that. You know, and it's nice. It's nice when you can have, you know, one of your fans come up and say, I love that song. I love that song because I can relate to it. Yeah. You know, and I think that's what it's really all about, is like relating to your fans, you know, getting them to kind of buy into the concept of this is the Jeff Jacobs Band, you know.
Have you noticed over the years that your audience has changed as your songwriting has matured?
Yeah. I think one of the things that's kind of crazy, and I don't know, is on our particular Pandora station. I've been like, you know, every once in a while I tune in just to listen to see how things are going. And when we first started, coming along, it was a lot of, you know, my bigger Nashville artists and stuff like that. But it's crazy how it's evolved into something more, because I don't know if you're familiar how it works. It's like, what it does is it picks up on other people's likes. So like people that listen to us and they like other things, it picks up. So today actually is the first time I ever heard the Rolling Stones on the Jeff Jacobs Band.
That's awesome.
Pandora station. And I was like, that was crazy.
That's
like,
a score, man.
Yeah.
Because
I'm like thinking it's like that relates to us in some way. Some fan out there that likes us likes the Rolling Stones as well,
and probably quite a lot of them if it's popping up on your station.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or it's like we had Johnny Cash, Merle Haggard, you know, and George Strait. You know, it's just such a variety.
Well, it's like that first song. Like I was thinking to myself, okay, Toby Keith and Eddie Vedder. Like if they came together and melded voices, you'd come up with "Drink Another Heartache."
Yeah.
You know,
exactly. And that's the thing, is that I think that's where I want to be. You know, it's like I don't want the Jeff Jacobs Band fans to know exactly what's coming next.
Right.
I want them to be surprised. I want them to be like, oh my God, he just, like, that came out of nowhere. You know, it's like, as opposed to, it's like, oh well, it sounds like the same song they released last album. You know, it's like that. I want them to every time to be like expecting something new and something different.
So
and fresh.
Smart, y'all. If you're a young artist out there and you happen to be watching today, make sure you're watching all the way through, because Jeff Jacobs is a very smart individual and works his ass off. And I know a lot of what you do because I follow you very closely on social media, because, you know, a lot of what you do, I try to emulate myself with our show, because I see what you're doing and how it's making, you know, your fan base be active with what you're trying to put out. And I'm trying to kind of do the same thing and get our fan base to be more active as well. So I watch a lot of what you do. So I imagine, like me, you're probably sitting around bored, at certain times.
Yeah.
And, you know, maybe it's the middle of the night, maybe it's just a quiet part of the day, and I'm sure you're just trying to come up with the next idea.
Yeah.
To make something happen within your fan base.
Exactly.
What is that time like for you?
It can be like, well, because sometimes there's like 20 things flowing through your head, and one of the things I deal with is like there's like which one should I try first? And so when it comes down to it, I just kind of pick one thing, and I'm like, okay, let's see how this works.
Right?
Yeah, exactly, and kind of see how it works, because a lot of times I don't think enough of the newer artists and that they're listening, you know, definitely that they appreciate the radio the radio people that are spinning their stuff, you know. And we like to tag them, you know, in ours, like, thank you, this person, and make sure we tag the page, because what that's going to do is it's going to create that, you know, that bond between them that are saying, hey, it's like, thank you for playing us, you know, we appreciate it. So next single comes around, they're gonna be the first to jump on it.
It's not just cultivating a relationship by doing that, but it's also making your post more shareable.
Yeah.
And shareability on social media is the most important thing you can do on social media.
Yeah.
If you're making a post, if you're a new artist, if you're making a post and you don't think yourself would share it once it's out there, then you as an artist has to make that post more shareable for people that follow you and people that don't. That's the most important thing you can do. If you're scrolling through your page and, you know, each post shows you how many shares you have on it, you have to have shares on every single post.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if you're putting stuff out that doesn't have any shares, then that means you're doing something wrong in that particular post.
Yeah.
You know, do you think like that as well? Like,
yeah, definitely. I mean, that's the whole idea, because I mean, the whole, like, these days it's like it's tough because you have your fans, but there's also, like, I want to say, media limitations to some certain things, but at the same time, you know, you always have your consistent people that stick with you and share your stuff and say, hey, you know, it's like, you know, hey, go vote for the Jeff Jacobs Band for, you know, male vocalist of the year, you know. They see that and they say,
and being involved in as many of those things as you can be as well is important. But, you know, another thing that's really unique about your mindset and what you do is you're also very old school. You're hitting the pavement.
Oh, yeah.
You're visiting these places out of the blue
and
dropping off your promo material, whatever it is. You're not just relying on social media.
Yeah.
This is something you and I talked about at the acoustic show we did last week, about making sure that social media is just part of your toolbox and not every tool in your toolbox.
And that is exactly true, because one of the things is that I noticed that, and I know it's like, people may think, oh, well, you're throwing your money away, but in reality, how do you build fans? How do you create fans? You don't create, I mean, you can do it with social media, but still, social media isn't the only way, you know. And when you're saying, hey, I have a promotional CD, if you want to pick it up, you know, you guys like what you hear, you know, pick up our promotional CD. It doesn't give everything away. It's got live stuff on it. It's got a couple of singles on there, and it gives them the something to take home and actually use. Right. And as opposed to, you know, walking away with just remembrance of the name. Yeah. You know, you want them to remember a song. You want them to remember something. And social media is like, it's only one key factor, but I mean, I'd rather be knocking at doors and handing out CDs.
These CDs you have, they're just a recording from a live show. Is that right?
We have one. Well, the particular one that we call it.
You know the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, we call it the bootleg CD. Yeah. And what we did is we put one song off our first album, one song off our second album, and then just a variety of different live material that we have on there too. And that's actually where Having Too Much Fun, our current single, came from. Yeah. I mean, we had no idea that people were going to react the way they did to that song. Right. I mean, we've had people posting on our Facebook, you know, saying, I love that song. I love that song. I love that song. Well, okay, we don't have an actual studio recording, so let's see what a live recording will do. And it was really, and it's quite surprising. It's like, I think right now I know for sure Radio Free Texas is spending it the most. So, and we appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was the song he's referring to, Having Too Much Fun. The current single was played. He played that as a sneak peek for us, which came out about 8 days before this came out. If you didn't happen to see that, you can go to our Facebook or If you just go to Facebook and type in Jeff Jacobs and ETX Rocks, then click on videos, that'll pop up and you'll get to hear that. Or you can just wait till it's out on YouTube, which usually in about 3 or 4 days after this comes out, it'll be on our YouTube. So make sure you're checking that out. And if you like the song, make sure you're requesting it to your local radio stations. Even if you live in Iceland, they'll play it.
Yeah. Yep, they will. We have France and England. Well, I remember it's like a real quick story. Is like so spend some time. The video when it came out, one of our fans from overseas in England actually she pitched it to one of their TV stations that actually play music videos of country
That's
country
what
bands.
we call an activated fan.
Exactly.
Or a super fan.
And what was so crazy about it is that after they played it over there in England, it's like people were sucking it up. It's like I don't know if you saw the Spotify, but they had like 100,000.
And that started from one fan that you somehow reached on that level.
Yeah.
And you know, we were talking about the CDs earlier. He came from San Antonio to help us raise money at a show. No money for him. I mean, just came out of the goodness of his heart. And he brought this big old box full of CDs, Jeff Jacobs CDs, and gave one to everybody in the audience that wanted one. And I've been around music for almost 3 years, or over 3 years now, and this is the first time I've seen anybody do that.
Yeah.
And it is brilliant.
You got to think, it's like from your perspective, you're trying to get them to buy into you. How are they gonna, remember you? If they don't have at least a song or something to listen to. I mean, like I said, social media only does so much, but not everybody goes on social media.
Yeah.
We have fans that are well in their 50s and 60s that do not do that. They don't really go on Facebook.
Yeah, because I mean, if you look at it from your perspective, and obviously you have because you're doing this. Basically what you're doing in performing live every single weekend or weekdays or whatever it is. You have basically a 3-hour relationship with the people that are in that room.
Yeah.
That CD extends that relationship for when they leave that room.
Exactly.
That doesn't happen, I mean, unless that CD is there.
Yeah.
A lot of those folks are going to leave there and they're going to forget all about Jeff Jacobs, no matter how good you are.
Yeah.
You're just part of their entertainment for the night. But if they wake up the next day and there's a CD sitting in there.
You're like, hey, let's check that out. Let's see what they're all about.
Brilliant, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
Thank you.
Yeah. Y'all need to be thinking out there. This is the kind of stuff that builds a fan base one person at a time, and it also creates those super fans, those people that are going to be activated to really share your stuff on a deeper level, I think.
Yeah, and I think so too, because I mean, if there's one song that they can listen to, the thing is like when you go in social media and you click the button and you listen to it, you may listen to it once, but I mean, if you actually have it in your CD player, you're probably going to listen to it about 6 or 7 more, 8 more times until, in the last time we played in Bernie, we were handing out those promotional CDs, and when we opened up for Stoney LaRue, we saw fans out there singing our music,
That's awesome.
And it's because they have the CD.
It's a combination of that and the incredible video work that you put through. My favorite video of the last year was, what I'm talking about. I couldn't get him to play the song today, y'all. Man, it's one of my favorite songs in my playlist just because of the video. It's one of the few videos I actually have saved on my Facebook, and it's a go-to video.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear more about the process with making the videos with Peaches.
Yeah.
And when's the next video coming?
Well, we are thinking. Okay, so we went back into the studio about 2 weeks ago to cut our new single that we're going to be releasing probably sometime at the end of the year. And so, song's called "Can't Get Her Out of My Head," and we're going to be probably filming that like way before. I'm hoping that when our bass player gets back from being overseas, he's going to be out like I think till August. And when he comes back, I think we're going to start working on that. But the video, to me, like videos are, they can be tough because it's a lot of repetition. You know? It's like you play the song over and over again. You play it in the same position over and over again. But I think think the outcome and seeing what you actually put together that's what's the amazing part. It's like it can be tedious. I don't know how actors do it sometimes.
I can't even imagine.
They're like, play it again or do it again.
It's much different even than being in the studio. I mean, there's a lot of repetitious in the studio too, but in the studio, at least you're in one room in one position.
Well, and then you have to stay in, and that's what I'm saying. If you move 2 degrees to the left or something, or if something doesn't look right, you can't place it to the same picture.
It together, right?
Yeah, so you got to stay in the same places, the same positions, do the same things, and several times.
How important is it to you as an artist to have a video to support the song? What does the video do for you?
To me, I think the video, like we're talking about Break His Heart tonight, and the video that we did for that, I think it gave, like that visual, because the thing is when you listen to the song, it's not always easy to tell where it's kind of going, because lyrically it's kind of saying some things, but it's not really, you have to have that visual almost. So when that video came out, it's like the visual scenes and the pictures and things, that everything we were going on, it's like, it's still probably, it gave a little bit of confusion, because like some people is like mentioned that she cheated on him and cheated on him, and it's like, and that was the whole consensus, and it's like you had to watch it a few times, but that was kind of cool because it got people to watch it more.
That's right.
But in reality, it's her like daydreaming, she's dreaming about what could happen. He's always gone, he's never there. It's like, this is, this, it's
an internal struggle that she's got going
exactly
on. Like, should I do it or should I don't?
Exactly. And it's just, I think what people got from it is that like they thought there's another guy in the picture, and the guy says, well, we had to have her dreaming something.
It's just a classic video. It's like a throwback to the old MTV days.
Yeah.
And videos today are not like that a whole lot anymore.
No.
It's unfortunate, but more and more I see videos nowadays that have absolutely nothing to do with the content.
Or they're just really just a band. It's like, even the first video we did, it had some aspects of, because we wanted to kind of get our faces out there, so that's why they saw a lot more of us in that particular video, because they got to start remembering us, so, but at the same time we still wanted to tell a story,
right.
So
on your website, there's a quote here that you said, "I am the middle-class working man. I'll always know where I come from." Yeah. So, and again, I want you all to check out his website. It's jeffjacobsband.com. We'll definitely talk more about that at the end of the show, but one thing in his bio section, he has a radio promoter who's good friends of both of ours, Dylan Steen. He has a quote of his on there, and he doesn't even work with Dylan. Dylan's not his promoter.
Yeah.
So number one, I thought that was cool, because Dylan is talking about the same kind of things we're asking him about today, about hitting the road and working hard and all the different cool little things that Jeff does with his fan base. But what does work ethic mean to you, and where did that come from in your life?
Well, I think, my mom was a single parent, bringing us up. So she always had to, most of our life she had, it's like when we were younger, it's like she worked 2 jobs. She worked at one supermarket and the other supermarket, and then also going to school and trying to get an education for herself. So, a lot of those things we saw, and we saw how she struggled, but she still we always had food on the table. So, my work ethic definitely comes from a strong background from my mother. It's like, I think you need to work hard at what you do, and that makes you successful. I think she brought up 2 great kids because of that. That was her thing. That's what she wanted to do. So I think if you want anything, you have to be able to be out there. You have to be able to conversate with people. You have to be able to push yourself, like you said, post, make things count when they can. Like you said, it's like, because don't get me wrong, it's like I know that it's like it was definitely a travel to get here the first time around to do that acoustic thing. But I tell you what, I think we got more hits on YouTube in a while because of that.
Awesome.
And the thing is just meeting the people and stuff like that. So these things make sense. You know, it's like, so what? I travel 6 hours some way, or travel 4 hours down here, 3 hours down there. Or maybe I play in front of 10 people, but that 10 people know who the Jeff Jacobs Band are now.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
sometimes you got to take those hits, and that's really what it's all about. I mean, I don't think there's one song in particular that sticks in my head that I've been listening to a lot, because like one of my favorite albums right now that I listen to is the Wade Bowen and the Randy Rogers Hold My Beer.
Yeah.
But there's this one song in particular where they're saying it's like, sometimes we played to nobody, sometimes we played to empty places, sometimes we didn't get paid, but they kept going because of the fact is you got to be persistent, you got to be working hard at it, because if you don't,
it's going to feel good to hear folks say, you know, travel the same road as you, went through the same things you were going through, and look where they are now.
Exactly.
You know?
And if you keep being persistent at it and you keep pushing yourself to get to that next goal, you're going to get there, you know, one way or the other, you know.
How frustrated do you get as a you know, working hard all the time when you don't see results? Because I'm a results-oriented person. I'm sure you are as well. So when I'm busting my ass, I'm up late, I'm working on something, and it just doesn't pan out the way that I was foreseeing in my head. Yeah. It's frustrating to me. Yeah. So how is that for you?
I do see there are times where I feel, you know, it's just stressful, you know. It's like just like when we went on our first 2 radio promotions, and you know, it's like we're supposed to be going to this station, and then all of a sudden this station canceled, we're going to go to this station, go back and forth, and you're playing this whole game of, you know, wasting gas and trying to get to the next place. And like but at the same time, it's not going to be easy sometimes, and you're going to have to struggle. But I think my whole goal is like, well, if I'm not living for what I want to do, what's the point, you know? And that's just how I see it. It's just, I don't see it as, you know, this is, you know, what's you know, it's like I'm just going to go, you know, work the rest of my life and not care. No, I'm going to keep pushing what I want to push for, you know, because it's the only way you're going to get what you want, or at least you can say you did it, you know. So
that's kind of how I feel about that too. It's like, you know, you put so much work into something, or you try something new, just to see what's going on. You know, a good example is the acoustic night that you and I did. You know, like I put a lot of work into that show, and so then you go and you show up and you do the show, and there's 9 people there. Yeah, you know, it's like, man, it's such a letdown. You did all that work for that, and you know, nobody came to see what you were doing. Yeah. You know, and it's like, you know, in the back of your mind, or the back of my mind, I always have to remind myself, you know, this is not just going to take off overnight. Yeah. You're going to have to work at it. You're going to have to put the work in. And a lot of things in this business, I've noticed, are a slow build. Yeah. You know, no matter what it is. So if you're expecting something to just, you know, create gold overnight, and you're in the wrong business. This is not an overnight success. I don't care who says it is. And I mean, there's very few bands that I can even think of a handful that even said that they've ever had an overnight success. Yeah. I mean, an overnight success is more like 5 years, maybe. Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, you've been doing this 18 years, and I'm pretty sure you're probably not where you want to be quite yet either, right? Yeah, no. And the thing is I've been writing songs, doing different stuff. I mean, the Jeff Jacobs Band, I mean, we've been together since 2013. Right. But the thing is that, like I said, this is the strongest band I've ever had. We're the tightest band that I've ever been with. And I feel like that grows on them, and you know, it's like it's emerging to something, but it took those years before that to get to that point, because you got to keep doing it, you know. It's like I focus on, you know, writing these songs, writing new material all the time. I sometimes write out of my genre, you know, and see where that goes, you know. Well, the content with Jeff Jacobs right now is out of this world. You seem to be in a really good place. Not just musically, but in a personal standpoint as well. Yeah. And it's always nice to see that from an artist. You can always tell when an artist is really happy with everything that's going on around them. I know the band is something you're really proud of. I can see that all the time in what you do online. So we are sitting here with Jeff Jacobs of the Jeff Jacobs Band, and just really excited to finally have him here on the show. 263 episodes is how long it took us to get Jeff here. And I think it's been at least a year since we met on social media. And finally made this happen. I'm a bulldog. I don't forget about stuff. So, I started talking to you probably about a year ago. And I'm always kind of that little woodpecker that'll chirp every once in a while. Be like, hey, Jeff, don't forget about us. We're up here in Longview, man. And I'm just glad it really finally worked out. And if you've been watching the ETX ROCKS Show, you're tuning in on our podcasting site. We definitely want to thank you guys for spending some time with us today. But if you've been here before, then you might know that we like to play a game with our guests. And today is going to be no different. We're going to play a game with Jeff Jacobs. Guys, we're going to be right back after this short message from an independent artist. And then we're going to play What the Heck with Jeff Jacobs. Y'all don't go anywhere.
Hey guys, this is Blaine Howard, and thanks for tuning in to ETX Rocks.
All right, guys, we are back again. It's 263 with Jeff Jacobs, first time on the ETX ROCKS Show, and I don't know if he was expecting the game or not. We tell them to check out a show or two, and if you did check out a show, then you'd know that we like to play either What the Heck or Rapid Fire on the show. And basically, What the Heck is just a game we play. It's typically right around 7 questions that I'll ask you. Some of them might be stupid or silly or ridiculous. Some might be gross or deep or whatever. It just depends on what I'm feeling. And I'm just looking for you to shut your filter off and tell me the first thing that pops into your head.
Wow. All right.
Sound good?
Yeah.
All right, so this is What the Heck with Jeff Jacobs. All right, so how violently do you have to fight the urge to scream when you hear an ice cream truck coming?
I don't know. I don't think ice cream...
It has to be truthful now.
Well, I haven't heard one in a while, but I gotta say, if I did probably hear one, I'd probably be out there faster than the kids would.
Yeah, well, I mean, especially, a lot of times if you have that long waiting period in between hearing an ice cream truck, you're probably going to be more excited when you hear one.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping that, it's like, I don't even know what they have anymore. It's like, because honestly, it's like, all I used to get was Raspas.
Yeah. Me, it was the Bomb Pops, man.
Yeah, the Bomb Pops.
Man.
Or what was it? They also had the Pink Panther with the gumballs for eyes.
Oh, yeah,
the Sherbert.
yeah. I remember that, too. Man, childhood was great.
Yeah.
Bring back the ice cream truck, hashtag. Come on. Or better yet, make a taco truck.
That'd be awesome.
Like with mariachi music.
Peanut cheese!
Yes, exactly. All right, so number 2. Now, are you familiar with Donald Duck?
Yes.
Okay, so I have personally never seen Donald Duck wearing pants. Yeah. Have you? Never, right?
No.
So why does he wrap himself in a towel when he gets out of the shower?
I have no clue.
Can't think of a reason?
I mean, I have no idea. I mean, well, you know what's funny too is like you mentioned that, but whenever his shirt came off too, it's like he went like this.
Yeah, I know.
Like
it's covered.
It's like it wasn't covered in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. It makes no sense.
I know it doesn't.
Walt Disney was on crack, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I really do. There's a lot of things about Walt Disney content that don't make a whole lot of sense.
No.
Like Goofy talks and Pluto does.
Yeah. That's the age old mystery.
Yeah. Someone will come up with answers eventually for me, and we'll write a tell-all book or something. Number 3, are you right-eyed or left-eyed?
Right-eyed?
I have to ask that because our producer Louise really likes that question, and so every once in a while I'll throw it in there, even though it's not one of my favorites, because I just don't get it. I'm both-eyed. Yeah.
You're like, I read with my right.
Really?
No, just
so it's like Popeye.
Yeah, like.
All right, number 3. Yeah, we'll go with that. Where do you think Superman's changing his clothes nowadays?
Wow, that's a good one. Probably like sunbathing places.
Sunbathing places?
Or what is it? Those places
Tanning
where you get
places?
the spring, the tan. spray tan, run in there real quick and change. And
that explains a lot. It really does. Because if you think about it, over the years, Superman's outfit has gotten darker and darker and darker.
And so is he, in a way.
Yeah. I think we have a winner. I think now everybody has been telling me it's porta potties, but
that's not a bad idea. But I wouldn't want to change in there.
Well, I think sometimes you just have to go with what's available.
Yeah, I guess so.
But there are a lot of tanning salons out there, so that would make sense. Yeah. And it explains the darker suit.
Yep.
So there you go. We have an answer. I can retire that question. All right. Number 4. Why do you think you need an appointment to see a psychic?
Honestly, I mean, I figured that they know you're coming.
I mean, look, if they are what they say they are, right?
But like they'd be calling you, be like, "Hey, why aren't you here yet?"
I saw you coming today at 4 and it's 4:02.
What's going on? Yeah. I would like to get a call like that. Like some psychic call you. And just
if that happened and like if they called me and I was considering going to see a psychic at that moment, like I'm friending that person on Facebook immediately. That would be incredible. Like, dude, where have you been all my life? How'd you know my phone number? My name, even.
That would be awesome, man.
Yeah, heck yeah, it would. I've tried playing tarot cards.
Oh, yeah.
And one time I got a full house and I burnt my house down.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I don't know how that happened. All right, so number 5. Is there an artist that's deceased that you would give up a year of your own music to see live in concert?
Yes. Kurt Cobain.
Wow.
I never got to see them live. I mean, I wish I would have bought... I didn't think. It's like a guy's been around. It's like I was eventually going to see him once. It's like... Yeah, because, I mean, to me, to see that show would have been, like... It would have probably been insane. Because I've known, people who have been to Nirvana shows, and they say they're insane.
We had tickets to see Conway Twitty when he passed away.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was pretty sad. My dad, Conway was one of his favorites, so he was pretty tore up about it. And then several years goes by, and he got tickets to see George Jones here in Texas.
Yeah.
And George, if you don't know, George was notoriously a no-show for concerts.
Oh, yeah.
That's why they called him No-Show Jones. But he no-showed this concert, canceled it at the last minute because he got sick. And my dad was like, "Oh no, I'm killing all these legends just by buying their tickets." Yeah. George did not pass away then, though, and he did redo the concert. Yeah. We got to see him, but it was just funny. So that was the deep question.
Yeah.
So Jeff would give up a year of music to basically see Nirvana live, and I think that's a good choice for sure. All right, so number 6. I think your fans will really want to know your perspective on this major topic in pop culture. If a zombie bites a vampire, do you think the zombie becomes a vampire, or does the vampire become a zombie?
Ooh, that is a good question. Because to me, I would think, I would think that the vampire would become a zombie. And the reason I say that is because the zombie's already dead. It's got infected blood, and it's infecting the other guy's blood. So I'm thinking zombie.
Logic.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. I like it. So you're stranded on a deserted island. All right. This is a 2-part question.
Okay.
The first part of the question is you can be stranded on this deserted island with any person alive or dead. Who is it?
Person alive or dead.
I would like to point out that your wife is in the room.
Yes, it would be my wife.
Okay. This is the great part of this question because it's 2 parts. The second part of the question is, what 3 items would Jeff Jacobs need to keep Jeff Jacobs' wife entertained?
Wow. Let's see. Is there Wi-Fi on this island? I guess is the question.
It's a deserted island, Jeff. Deserted island.
All right. So I would probably say it would have to be like some hard drive, though it's a deserted island, so you can't have anything. God. Man, that's a tough one. Because she loves TV. So I was like, no TV, no electricity. This is a deserted island. Okay.
He doesn't watch survival shows.
I know. So, one, I think I'd have to have my guitar to play her music, keep her sane. But, and I mean, can it, like, be a thing, or can it be, like, I would say, you know, some sort of book that, a book that can be changed into other books. I don't know. I was like, I think it's like, because I know she likes to read, so I'm like, it's like, well, if there was a magic book that just like, I think I'm gonna read Tales from the Two Cities today or something, or Stephen King's It. Yeah.
What he's saying is number 2 would be a genie.
Solar Kindle.
There you go, a solar powered Kindle. Yeah, but I don't think they make those yet. So. Probably a notebook, so she can write, because she is a talented writer and she should be writing. And
So
and I think and a pen. So I guess that's it. Guitar, pen, and a notebook. We'll write songs together. Well, it's gonna be an infinitive notebook. Now it's gotta have.
She's gonna be the island's music critic.
Yeah.
Because Jeff's gonna be. I pictured Jeff sitting on a rock playing while she's critiquing the music.
Yeah.
And the notebook and the pen. Great answers. Now, see, I watch survival shows.
Yeah.
So I would have said, like, since she likes to watch TV, I would have said a tablet, a charger for the tablet, and a watermelon.
A watermelon?
Yes. You can plug your charger into a watermelon and it will charge your device.
Really? Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
I've seen it happen. It actually works.
Oh, yeah?
Anyway, that was What the Heck with Jeff Jacobs. That was a lot of fun. Thanks for being a good sport.
Yeah.
Great answers, man. Tanning salons. That's where Superman's going nowadays.
Yep.
Makes a lot of sense. Really does. It's always fun to play that game. But all right, so you are going to play another song for us. It's called "It Feels All Right to Me."
Yeah,
is that right?
Uh-huh.
So tell us a little bit about this song, Jeff.
Well, I actually worked with I worked with a producer named Mac Damon in San Antonio, Texas, and he was kind of like looking for a rewrite on the particular song. Originally, when I wrote it, it was more like I guess a husband and wife type relationship, you know, start out as kids and get older and stuff like that. But he felt like it needed something more umphy. So we went back and we rewrote it. And the song's more or less just about, you know, doing what's right for you. Yeah. And I think that's more or less, I mean, what the song's all about. It's just like you kind of forget, you know, what other people are telling you, or whatever people are judging or saying, and their opinions, and just going by how you feel about your life and how you feel you want to go with it. And that's pretty much in a nutshell what this.
It's a really hard driving song too.
Yeah.
I love the jam to it. So guys, I'm really excited to show you this song live in the ETX Rocks living room. It's Jeff Jacobs. The song is called "Feels All Right to Me." Y'all check it out.
Daddy says I'm nothing. Mama says she agrees. They even say that I'm no good, but to you, what you need. And when the sun goes down, we slip off to my car. Drive so fast, but we don't get far. In the love we have, they ain't never gonna see. And it feels alright to me. Hanging out this weekend, all my friends right here with me. River roads and dance halls, fire it up like gasoline. And we'll light up this time in the sun. and we'll chase that down with the flash. Let me try again. Sorry.
You're fine.
I messed up with the lyrics.
We're still rolling, so whenever you want, right. Start again.
Your daddy says I'm nothing. Mama says she agrees. They even say that I'm no good, but to you, I'm what you need. And when the sun goes down, we slip off to my car. Drive so fast, but we don't get far. In the love we had, they ain't ever gonna see. And it feels alright to me. Hanging out this weekend, all my friends are right here with me. River roads and dance halls, fire it up like gasoline. It will light up the time when the sun goes down, and we'll chase that night with the flash of crown, and we won't care about where or when to be. And it feels alright to me. It's getting faster, it's getting stronger, and it feels alright to me. We can stay out here all night longer, and it feels alright to me. Some say slow down, some say run. You're getting too old or you're way too young. I say swallow your pride, let me make my stand. I can't wait to see where I might land. It'll be everything I need, and it feels alright to me. And it feels alright to me. It's getting faster, it's getting stronger, and it feels alright to me. We can stay out here all night longer, and it feels alright to me. Forget what they're saying, rules that we're breaking, memories we're making, and it feels alright. Yeah, it feels alright to me. Yeah, it feels alright to me. And it feels alright to me, yeah. And it feels alright to me.
All right, so we are back once again. That song was called Feels Alright to Me by the one and only Jeff Jacobs. First time here on the ETX ROCKS Show. You're tuned into the 263rd episode of the show in just over 2 years. I think we've been doing this for 2 years and 2 days, and 263 times we've come at you with an episode. So if you guys are watching, we definitely appreciate your support and checking us out. And for the first time, we've had Jeff Jacobs here. Now, Jeff, if people are just hearing about you for the first time, where can they follow along with everything you got going on?
Well, there's jeffjacobsband.com, Facebook, Twitter. Most of it's all Jeff Jacobs Band. Don't look for Jeff Jacobs. We always make a joke about it. And it's funny, the guy from actually mentioned on YouTube that he likes our song. So, and he's Jeff Jacobs from New York.
Oh, okay.
And so, but he's Jeff Jacobs. That's so he's actually more of a pop. But just put in anywhere basically Jeff Jacobs Band, and you'll pull up all our stuff. You can simply Google it. But we're all over the media and websites, Instagram, Twitter. We don't have Snapchat yet. I'm not sure how to use that.
And I know I'm pretty sure I'm there with you, brother. I tried to figure out a way that I could make that work as a tool for us. And,
yeah.
My attention span is just way too long for something like Snapchat.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, I don't do kitty faces.
I don't get the whole filter thing and all that stuff. I don't know.
I haven't figured it out yet.
I probably just never will. Half the time I forget that I have what I have. You know what I mean? But I know it's pretty universal. It's Jeff Jacobs Band everywhere, and it's jeffjacobsband.com, and we'll have the website linked up in the description below. So make sure you're checking out the website. I know that your social media is linked through that website as well, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So you guys can just go to all of his social media, whichever platforms you guys like to use out there. Make sure you're hitting the like and follow button for Jeff on there. I say it every time, but I have to repeat it. Y'all don't know how much it supports an artist just by clicking like or follow, because it shows venues out there that they have a followership, which apparently is important to venues. I don't get that, but
yeah, because you can buy them these days.
Yeah,
so.
And it's all organic too. That's
Yeah.
the big thing about Jeff. Same thing with our show. We're all organic. I don't have the money to pay for followers, man. Why would I pay for followers when they don't exist and they're not going to help me in any way anyhow?
Exactly. Some like people that don't even know you, it's like, or somebody working behind a computer just
right. I mean, we're trying to make shareable content.
Yeah.
And if we don't know the people that are on our page, why would they share it? It makes no sense. But I guess some artists feel that that's an important way to get ahead. I don't know. I don't get it. But all organic for both of us here. And again, it's Jeff Jacobs Band. Hit the like or follow button. And that's completely free to do that. Now, I know that you also have music available digitally on the interwebs. Where would you send folks to get copies of that?
You can get Google Play, iTunes. If you have a Spotify account, you can listen to us there. Pandora, we have our own station we mentioned before.
You probably hear some Stones on there.
Yep, Rolling Stones, some Merle Haggard. You never know. You never know. I'm telling you, you will never know. It's like you'll be listening to it for a while.
Bipolar Pandora station.
Oh, the one thing Guns N' Roses was another one.
Oh,
yeah.
Very cool. I might have to download Pandora just to hear.
Yeah, just to hear it. Yeah,
it's
like man,
awesome.
it's like this station's awesome. Yeah. But yeah, it's just those are Google Play, iTunes, YouTube. You can check out our videos there.
Yeah.
And check out.
I would definitely recommend that. Check out the videos. Yeah. I know of two. You have Break His Heart Tonight, Spend some time, right?
Yeah, we have a couple of live videos up there as well.
Yeah.
So.
Definitely check out those two videos, though. They're very, very well done, and we've talked about those here on the show as well. So once again, it's episode 263 with Jeff Jacobs. Finally made it happen after talking with this guy for over a year. And we definitely appreciate you spending some time with us. And second time in 2 weeks you've made it out here for us. So definitely appreciate that. We don't take that for granted, knowing how long you had to travel.
Yeah.
Because this guy's from San Antonio, y'all. For our East Texas listeners out there, San Antonio is really far from here.
Yes.
If you're from Europe, as some of our followers over in that area, Texas is huge. And San Antonio is nowhere near Longview. So I definitely appreciate you and your wife for spending some time with us today.
Oh, yeah.
And big props to you for helping us raise some money last week as well.
Definitely.
That meant a lot to us. And again, it's jeffjacobsband.com, so make sure you're following along with everything this guy has going on. If you're in the state of Texas, he is playing damn near every weekend somewhere in the state. And I know you get all over the state as well.
Yeah. We're going to be actually back up in here in a week, but,
Where are you playing?
We're going to play at the Lone Star House.
Really?
Yeah.
3 weeks in a row, Jeff Jacobs in East Texas.
Yeah.
You might have to start looking for some property up here.
Yeah.
We'll definitely share that stuff to our pages. Link me in it so I can
definitely
share it. So we can get some of our listeners out there. Again, it's Jeff Jacobs Band. I know another thing you can really do to help this guy out is the new single is called Having Too Much Fun. You can call up your local radio stations and manipulate them into playing the song. And manipulate is, in this instance, is just another word for request.
Yeah. They have it.
I mean, if you have to manipulate them, you can do that too. And I'm sure Jeff doesn't mind wherever you live. Call the station and get them to play it. Even if you live in Antarctica.
Yep.
And if you do live there, get inside. It's cold. But yeah, anyway, it's jeffjacobsband.com. If you're watching us for the first time or tuning in on our audio podcast, we would definitely love for you to follow along with our journey as well. We're located at ETX ROCKS on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If you're watching on YouTube, smash that subscribe button down below. Subscribing to us on YouTube is the best way to support us in our mission. And the reason for that is every subscription changes the algorithms and the way YouTube works. The more subs we have, the more times our videos and our content is recommended on YouTube. So in other words, when you go to YouTube, Jeff, and you go to your homepage, you'll see recommended videos.
Yep.
Well, the subscriptions that you have will show there, but it also shows you places that have a lot of subscribers.
Oh, okay.
That even if you're not subscribed to them, it'll show you that. So the more subscriptions we have, the more we're located in those areas. And that means more exposure for folks like Jeff Jacobs and all the other awesome people we've gotten the opportunity to talk to. So hit the subscribe button. As a new subscriber also, you'll get advanced notification of every single video we upload on YouTube. That means live episodes, live music, live performances, and our intimate acoustic shows right here in the living room. You'll get an email notification letting you know that it's out before anybody else knows. Basically, the way we do things is we'll put everything out at like 5 o'clock in the morning on the day before our content's going to come out. And so you'll know as a subscriber on Monday, and then everybody else on our social media will know Tuesday. So just by being a subscriber, we're trying to make it so that folks have some kind of, advantage to being a sub. So make sure you do that. If you like what we're doing, hit the like button as well, wherever you're listening at. Everywhere has like buttons. So that'll definitely help us as well. We're also extremely low budget, y'all. I'm sitting in an easy chair that someone gave to me. We have Walmart lamp trees behind the camera. You can't see them. But yeah, they're from Walmart. We'd like to upgrade those. And you guys can help us do that. We have set up a donate link. You can find that at www.paypal.me/ETX ROCKS. And every penny you guys give us goes right back into the show. Whether it's producing the show, keeping the show on the air, and going to live venues and stuff like that for on-location interviews. We do that quite often if we have the money to do so. And definitely every penny you guys send us helps us a lot. I want to give a shout out to Roger Wright out there, who was our last donator. Definitely appreciate you helping us out, sir. It means a lot to us when an artist, and we'll have an artist on the show and their family will donate to us, and that's what Roger did. We just had his granddaughter on the show and he sent us some love. So I wanted to send you some love, and thank you very much, Roger. Again, we'll take American dollars, we'll take Egyptian pounds, Polish zloty, whatever they have in Russia.
Yeah. Rupees.
No. Rupees. There you go, rupees, which is a little different than ruples, which is on Zelda. Not the same thing.
No, not same.
Stop sending me Bitcoin. No more Bitcoin. I tried to put a Bitcoin into a Pepsi machine.
Oh yeah.
Nothing. Did you know Bitcoins are invisible?
Bitcoin.
Jeff has no idea what Bitcoin is.
No, I have no idea.
That sound you guys hear right after the end of this episode is Jeff Jacobs Googling the word Bitcoin.
Yep.
Just so you know. Don't be afraid of that noise. No, we'll only take American dollars and Robert De Niro. Thank you. Also, because of your donations out there, your support out there, we recently were able to finally launch a brand new webpage, which is located at www.etxrocks.show. Not .com, it's .show. We have over 10,000 hours of content on that webpage at your fingertips. Over 500 live music videos, not including our 300 episodes. So right there, that's like 800 videos. Also, we have a live internet radio playlist playing in the background your whole time you're visiting. And by the end of the day, probably before Jeff and his wife even get home, we will have the three songs that Jeff played today on our playlist there. So you can listen to that way before the episode even comes out, which is cool. That's kind of a new thing we've done.
Oh, that's awesome.
Every single live performance here on the show is part of that playlist. And that's all genre. So
yeah.
You'll hear metalcore, you'll hear rap in there, you'll hear blues in there, bluegrass, Christian, country, red dirt, you name it, it's in there. If you're a fan of all genres of music, our playlist is built for you. Again, it's www.etxrocks.show. Thanks for checking it out. Now, as we always say on the show, we want to thank you guys out there for always supporting live music of all genres and all styles. And don't ever forget,
ETX rocks.
That's right.
Patience wearing thin. Even though I told you, and you know just where I've been, and I know you want me, darling. Everything you said I heard. I try to listen, but my actions are speaking louder than your words. All your clothes are packed and sitting by the door. Just a short reminder of what you said before. And I know you want me, darling. Everything you said I heard. I try to listen, but my actions are speaking louder than your words. 'Cause I am having too much fun and I ain't never gonna stop. And you know I love you and you know I care a lot. On the other hand, you gotta understand that I ain't never gonna change. Grab your things, I see you're good as gone. One thing left for is you left the coffee on. 'Cause it's gonna be a long night since you slammed that door, flip me the bird. I try to listen, but my actions are speaking louder than your words. Yeah, 'cause I ain't having too much fun and I ain't never gonna stop. And you know I love you and you know I care a lot. On the other hand, you gotta understand that I ain't never gonna change. Woo.
From the unknown to the stars, from the couch to the car, from the unheralded and the unheard, to the legends and beyond, it's where we all belong. Yes, this is where it all starts. From every genre, from every plane, this is where the music's played. So tune right in, won't you bring